Good afternoon, my friends. Lovely to have you back. So, good news for me, I managed to get to Grand Master, rank 21. This is the first time I've ever done it. And I'm chuffed because, we've kind of come full circle back to the Season of the Warrior, which I believe was the first season that was ever there. This video is a deck guide for the deck that I was playing to get to Grandmaster, in case you want to try and do it yourself. I do think it's an amazing deck. It's just so good. I really enjoy playing it. It's Tailbot's Dwarfs. Okay, so I'm going to do a deck guide for that now, but it's such a good deck because it's just got value. It's just pure value. You can outvalue things like Nilfgaard Alchemy and stuff like that. You've got power plays in round 1, 2, and big round 3 finishes if you want. And you get to choose. There's multiple ways to do this, and you can do it on the fly. A lot of flexibility there. And the thing that I think is most important is that it's got the removal. It's got the removal to deal with archetypes like greatswords, like Foltest with Redanian Knight Elects, which are 8+2 armor, so they're 10. You've got the removal for that. You can deal with it, and it's just so good. So you play different matchups in different ways, and it just works. I really like it. So the two archetypes that you're probably going to lose against is Mill. We do thin considerably, almost ultimate thinning most games, so that's a very difficult one. We don't generate value over time, so you're going to struggle in that one, unless they get a bad hand. And Consume. Very greedy consume lists. They'll generate a lot more points than you usually. I have beat them by killing their neckers in round 1, with weather and damage. But I don't think that's consistently going to happen. So don't give up, but, just be aware that it's going to be a tough one for you to beat that one. So let's go into the deck and I'll explain the combos for you, and then we'll look at some games at the end. So here's the deck, the Dwarf deck, and let's go to the first thing which I think is so important in this particular deck, and that is the removal. And here we have one Elven Blade, and really don't underestimate that one extra point of damage over an Alzor's Thunder. It's super useful for, like I've mentioned, the Redanian Knight Elects, which have been full tested. You can just remove them from the board so they don't get a chance to use a Thunderbolt potion on them. If you've got a greatsword that come out from Crush on Crate, you can get rid of that straight up. It's just super useful to get rid of things that are tricky, and 10 is such a good number. Now, obviously you can't hit non-elves, so in matchups where they use a lot of elves, you're going to struggle, but you can hit dryads, things like Aglaze, things like Moran, or stuff that comes down, or Trist Telekinesis. There are some common cards that appear that Elven Blade can hit in those matchups. So Elven Blade is played via the Elven Mercenary primarily, although it has a second choice of Reconnaissance. We also use Trist Telekinesis to get a second one, and that's very common, and it's really good to get through those greatswords because they'll be placing a lot down or resurrecting them. We also use Ithleen and one Alzor's Thunder. This is the only thing Ithleen can pull in this deck, so try not to brick that. Don't be afraid to use Ithleen in round 1 to really push hard so you don't brick later on. Okay, we also have Ida for another Thunderbolt in those certain matchups where it's useful, like greatswords for example. And we can even decoy it in those matchups. I think I would decoy Ida if it's really that important. Be aware that these Alzors from Ithleen and Ida won't kill things like the Redanian Knight Elects and stuff like that, so you've got to be careful about that. The next big combo in the deck is to do with the Mahakam Volunteers. This is something you want to try and get out of the deck straight up. You want to mulligan them all away and try and use the Dwarven Agitators to get the Mahakam Volunteers, because you get an extra dwarf, it pulls all the other dwarfs out the deck, and you just got good value there. Good thinning, good value, which is really nice. And then you want to try and use all the other Dwarven Agitators, and then follow that up with a Dennis Cranmer for really good value. Every Dwarven Agitator you play before you play Dennis gets you an extra 1 point, because you get an extra 1 dwarf on the board. So Dwarven Agitator into Mahakam Volunteers, then Dennis Cranmer is a really nice, powerful combo. Okay. And regarding the opening mulligan, if you've got a choice between mulliganing away Dwarven Mercenaries and mulliganing away Skirmishers, okay, obviously you mulligan away the Volunteers first, but if you've got both of these in your hand, you want to mulligan away the Mercenary, okay, and keep the Skirmisher in hand. And the reason for this is, if you have to play a Dwarven Agitator on an empty board, so you go first, for instance, you don't want it to pull a Skirmisher because you waste value. You'd hopefully get the Volunteers, but if you get the Mercenary, at least you can use its value on the Agitator itself. So mulligan away the Mercenaries if that's something which you have option to do during your mulligan. Next up, we have the big three, really. Barkley, Paulie, and Hattori. These are your big power plays, and you can pretty much do them in any order. Decoy works on all of them. The particular order I like to do is Barkley in round 1, Hattori in round 2 into Barkley, which gives you 2 strengthened dwarfs, and then Paulie, Decoy, Paulie in round 3. Obviously that can be quite vulnerable, because if they remove Paulie in round 3, your Decoy might be dead. Analyze the matchup. You know, if it's great swords, maybe you don't worry about it unless they haven't used Coral yet. If you play Hattori in round 3 into Barkley, Decoy's a lot safer because they can't generally deal with both. Be aware that you can play Barkley in round 1, but maybe not do it if you've got Paulie in the deck, because pulling Paulie in round 1 is quite a loss of value there. So be careful with Barkley if Paulie's in the deck, and if you really want to do it early where you've still got a lot of the volunteers and a lot of other stuff still in the deck, so you lessen the risk. Okay, and finally, I think that's generally the deck. I mean, we didn't talk about Dandelion Poet. He's a great card in round 3 to get one of the golds or silvers just hiding in your deck and you can't get out, because we think quite considerably. So, you know, using Barkley and Hattori and Barkley and reconnaissance and stuff like that, we can really get through the deck, and then that gold that's hiding, Dandelion Poet's got a really good chance of getting that. Be careful with, if you've got Ithleen though, you don't want to brick your hand. Just be massively careful with that. And finally, a Glaze, a really nice card, really powerful, helps you in a lot of matchups, you know, with that extra Mandrake the opponent plays, and Adrenaline Rush if you're facing that kind of thing. But there are 1 or 2 rare matchups where she is dead, like Great Swords, you know, they only play Restore, or there's some Nilfgaard that don't play any spells. You know, consider that, maybe drop her down in round 2 or mulligan her away. It feels bad, but sometimes you have to do it. But I do find that a lot of Great Swords and other things, you know, a lot of decks do use Reconnaissance, or you might see a Marching Orders, or even Great Swords, they might use Heim into Ida. You know, Heim, copy a silver into Ida, into Alzor's Thunder, and then you can copy that. So she's not really that dead a lot of the time. It's very rare that she's dead. But you can exchange her for things like Xavier Moran or Geralt Igni, or, you know, there's a multitude of cards that you could use. Synthesis for a big round 1 play. But I like her. I think that's generally the deck. I think I talked through it enough. We're going to show you some games or small gameplay clips and maybe a big game. Feel free to watch them. I try and explain what I'm doing as I go. But thank you very much for watching and supporting me. I'm glad I ranked 21 Grandmaster, and I'm ready for Homecoming now to be number 1. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again very soon.
Nothing like a dwarf to get.
Okay, Great Swords, we can do this. What deck did you get to Grandmaster? This one. Great Swords is great. We've got that. We've got that, which is great. We've got her, which is fine. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I wouldn't mind getting rid of that. Okay, for Elven Mercenary purposes. Right, so this could get us something bad, but we've got to pretty much play it, so... Hey, good. Elven Blade, oh my god, Elven Blade is the best thing about this deck. Just say, I mean, Elven Blade is literally the best thing about this deck. Elven Blade gets rid of things that are really good. Like, Redanian Knight Alex, which have been fall tested, off the board. Don't get a chance to do anything about that. Fuck you, that type of thing.
Why have you summoned me?
Won't pay us in gold, pay us in blood.
Check and mate.
No, not really.
I'll do what I can.
Don't gloat. I regenerate ever so
Don't
quickly.
gloat.
Why have you summoned me?
We killed... No, the boats... If the boats come down first, you've got to kill the boats. Otherwise, they become unkillable when they get to 11 and just stuff. We've still got Great Sword's power with that.
Sure, you can pet him, long as you don't mind losing an arm.
We've lived in isolation for too bloody long.
If he puts Great Swords down, you kill them and focus on them. But with the boats, if you don't kill it, it'll get hit again and go up to 11, and then you can't kill it with anything. So ideally he puts down a greatsword, and then he puts down a boat, and then we use Ithleen to kill both. That'll be the best thing. A mod for Emir or something. Have I got any...
Coexistence, my ass!
We'll play into this round a bit. Learning from stream. Great. Is there any strategy against Nilfgaard soldiers? Alchemy. Alchemy you can just outvalue. Spies, again, you get rid of the things that gain value over time. Again, we're going to wait for him to put a boat next to it if you can, because then it'll be 9 and then I can zap 2. So we'll wait for that.
I've got to get this stinking mess in order.
Yep, there you go.
Don't gloat. I regenerate ever so quickly. Eat the yellow snow.
There you go.
Bow before modern Freya.
Indeed. I'm going to go for the Elven Mercenary. Into the Elven Blade.
Everything all right?
Time to get fucked. Now his only alternative is an Alt F4. Hey! Nice one. Well, I feel like Great Swords doesn't have flexibility, and that's what I love about this deck, the way I can approach different matchups in different ways. Like this, if this is Great Swords, we need Triss Telekinesis and hopefully Elven Blade or Ithleen or something. So I like that kind of thing. We're going to have to get rid of both of those, and probably one of those is what we're going to do. So that, okay. We'll get rid of that then, and I guess we'll get rid of that then. Right, so the first play, we've got Paulie in hand, so Barclay is clean. No worries there. It's playing these, but now I've got 2 of these in hand. There is quite a significant chance we'll get one of these, which will be wasted value. Is there anything I can do that is not like that? Not really. So we'll just play and pray.
We'll pay
There we go.
back for their persecution.
Good. I'm trying to really improve my content, and this is a great... Oh, shit. It's not too difficult. We just play that into Elven Blade. Hope you don't get messed up. We did get messed up. Fuck you, asshole! Alright. We did get messed up. So he's obviously... probably that was... adrenaline rush thing, which is going to... Oh no, here's an Elven Blade. Fuck you. We got it.
Let's enjoy
We got it.
while we still can.
They don't have any indication of ear rape in their thing. Okay, so this is probably that swim deck like that, yeah. I don't know how to beat this deck, I'll be honest. You got to walk a tightrope. Damaging it too much is bad if you don't kill it. Damaging it, yes, but you need to damage it. So it's a really weird one. She might become very important with some sort of Mandrake or something. I don't know if they'll do that. Or Adrenaline Rush. I can only use it once.
Our brothers in the valleys need us.
I'm going to switch the audio.
Know if anyone's got any hoots left.
As far as I'm aware, they only run 2 Adrenaline Rushes, right? This is the Warcry deck, yeah.
OMG, KBT is still going at it. Man, I've come across you like almost 2 years ago when you just started playing Gwent, and I must say that you are one of the most pleasant people in this Twitch that is packed with sellouts. You kinda are one of the most authentic people in here, D. I would love to see you play some other games as well, good immersive RPGs. Keep up the awesome attitude and never stop being yourself. Much love.
Well, thank you, Skill Slip. I have played all the Witchers, in fact.
Get the move on, lads. Look alive.
But thanks, man. Right, I wish we had Ithleen, because I could kill that now.
Oh, Freya, thy very name is mercy.
We're not going to get rid of it yet, because he might boost it up You see. Nice analysis, KBT. Thanks for... KBT not a sellout. Even the rocks are laughing. What? You fucking what, mate?
Famous last words right there.
Okay, well, we'll use that then.
Wake up, dwarves! Humans lust after our ladyfolk!
How does this deck win against Scorch? Not many people take Scorch nowadays.
Boy tag, down.
Nothing like a dwarf to get you out of a tight spot. Well, I'm at it.
Do they have Triss too? They may have Triss. I had Triss. It didn't get me a thing though. There were too many cards. Didn't get what I wanted.
Now we must stick together.
Probably put something down. The silence is haunting. What happened to the music? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the kind words anyway, Skill. Thank you very much. I should have killed that. That's my fault. That was a mistake.
Now we must stick together. Freya's bulwark.
It's what we are. Oh boy.
The time of the white frost and white light is nigh.
Probably not a good idea to do that.
Great!
The customer is king.
Wake up, dwarves! Humans lust after our lady.
I think you lost. No. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe.
Great!
Lie still. You've not yet recovered.
So you got Triss.
May Modron Freya watch us and keep us.
Oh. That's annoying. If I do that, I probably lose to a simple Olaf. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna fucking play it. What if he Adrenaline Rush and Olaf? Then we're fucked. But I think we're fucked either way, so here we go. Enjoy this. Enjoy this. will you?
Elven blarney.
20 points, that's not enough. If he plays Olaf. Excellent. Can he win? Or can he not win? You can't Adrenaline Rush. Snap! Get wrecked, fool!